This video gonna be fun. Cause y'all know I love when we start talking about the science. When we start talking about why somebody can't beat somebody. When we start talking about matchups and battles. Why somebody really lost. Why somebody can't beat somebody. I'm telling you, by the end of this video, you're going to understand why the game can't beat Kendrick. We're going to break it down piece by piece. But first, let's go over what happened. Okay, because I haven't made no videos on what people were saying. They were saying the game dissed Kendrick. They were saying the game dissed Kendrick and all that. And I'm not going to lie. I didn't care enough to go see if that was true or not. I'm just being honest. I'm not really big on the game. Really over the last, like, I don't know how long, like a decade plus, I haven't really been interested in what the game is delivering. So really, I wasn't interested in hearing it. But this is what we gonna do. I got a brief understanding of what happened. We gonna click on this video. Shout out to Yo EQ TV. You feel me? We gonna click on this, check the diss track out, and we gonna go from there. But you gotta stay tuned the whole video because we really gonna break this down. I'm tired of hearing people wanting to see matchups that. Let's just get into it. This is what people say is a diss.
Fuck both you niggas, now nobody wins. You following trends, I'm going with the wind. I don't wanna hang with you niggas, my arm in the rim. And what's a Vince Carter the Kobe, nigga? Even after I died, you can't hold me, nigga. Stop calling me bro, we ain't homies, nigga. And if you live on the coast, you owe me, nigga.
Now, we did just go 18 seconds without anything of significance being said. I just want that to be pointed out, okay? But ultimately, I think people are saying this is a diss because the song is called Left Out, hence to the pop out, maybe. And then people are saying that it sounds like Kendrick, the game is trying to mimic Kendrick's cadence and mimic Kendrick's delivery on the song. I guess I can see it. I can see the
nigga. Even after I died, you can't hold me, nigga. Fuck both you niggas, now nobody wins.
Fuck both of y'all, now nobody wins. If you live on the if you on the West Coast, you owe me. I can see it.
All that snooping around must be the veggies. I'm the only one pistol whipping legends. Already pulled the trigger when I said it. Cause I just mixed the liquor with etc. Hop in the car with.
Okay, he really did the inflection. That was the exact inflection from like that. So I see. Okay.
My conception, killing with my legs spin. I ain't feeling left out.
Okay, and then it's I ain't feeling left out, right? So initially,
calling me bro, we ain't homies.
I seen a lot of people mad that people thought this was a diss. It's not crazy to come to the conclusion that this is a diss at all. Not saying that I'm convinced fully, but I think he at least was trying to put the notion out there that even if it's not a diss, he was at least trying to get people to think it was. I think this is like, you're mimicking the inflections, you know what I'm saying? The song is called Left Out. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But the interesting thing is what we find out next.
Game new.
So, if anybody thought it was a diss, AD confirms that it's not a diss. Right? And here's why. Check it out.
My hand.
Basically.
That's stupid. All right, let's go next subject.
It didn't take off.
Game new project.
Fire.
Have you heard it?
Fire.
You fuck with it?
Fuck with it heavy.
Every movie needs a trailer.
Shit's fire.
DJ Drama, shout out Problem, shout out Mike and Keys.
Big
out now, make sure y'all run that up.
Love it.
All right, so they are saying, hey, game dissed Kendrick. As a rapper, what's your thoughts? So you gotta explain it to us.
So when I was listening to the album, I didn't catch that. You caught it, and I was like, wait, let me go back and listen to it. Mm-hmm. And then I can see the line where I feel like, okay, people can feel that way.
Right. Exactly. It is not to say that it's true, but it do, you know what I'm saying? It do sound like it. Like nobody is crazy for coming to that conclusion.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying, can you explain to people as a rapper, because you could probably explain it differently, what was going on?
So the line that I heard, it was something like, the person you thought was the king of the West basically was like scary or something like that. And people interpreted that's what he was talking about. That's what I got from him.
Oh, yeah. I seen that line on Twitter.
So
it wasn't like no direct shots, more like they think like, oh, he's sneaking.
Right. So break it down to the people, if that's like, did you perceive that as like a diss, or is that some rapper shit? Or like where
No, rapper shit for sure.
we're using our metaphors and...
Right. So I do think there's a difference between dissing somebody and somebody just rapping like shadow boxing. Like, so you might just be in a battle or on a beat where you just wilding, right? But you're not talking to nobody, you shadow boxing. You just dissing the ghost. You feel what I'm saying? So it really could have been that.
Rapper shit for sure.
That's what you're checking for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hands down.
So no need to fear, because people are going to look for you. You're the voice of the West Coast, one of the voices.
Like I said, we got confirmation that that's not what he was doing. But
also,
before that, I didn't catch it. Nothing, like when I'm listening to the project, nothing struck me like, oh yeah, he talking about Dot at all on that project. And
now that's why I need to happen. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to walk you into doing this.
Yeah.
So,
I noticed that the whole time.
Because I'm seeing all these people are starting to
making these.
You got the white people, all these motherfuckers who have no connection to the source. Mm-hmm. We are all connected to the source. Mm-hmm. We are. The nigga who made the project is in our group chat every day.
Yes.
Telling us what's going on. Telling us what happened. What happened
behind the scenes.
So I'm trying to let you kill the narrative before it jumps out there that he's dissing them.
That's what I said.
They heard it before it even came out and all that.
So
They need to know that.
Yeah. Well, look, I wasn't gonna tell him that. I didn't know that was.
Well, you got to diffuse it. We got to put the fire out.
All right. Well, if that's the case, they sent it to Dot and Top and all them. Before they even dropped the project. But I felt like that was.
So they sent the project to them before it even came out. So they heard it already. So ain't no way it could have been a diss. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think so. They heard it already. So, yeah, that's...
confidential shit. I didn't need to say that on the fucking...
It could have just been the thing where you make people feel that way and then it creates buzz for the album. Like, they could have just been something like that.
All right.
Got to put the fire out.
All right. Fuck it.
What is wrong with you? Why would you let the fire burn?
It's not letting the fire
burn. You got to protect the West, bro. You're not protecting the West, bro.
You just making content now.
No, you're not protecting the West. Why would you want to see the fire keep burning?
Because if I have...
put it out.
It's not even a fire now.
Put it out.
Some fucking crackers are saying this shit.
Whoa!
Yeah, I said it. That's not no fucking fire.
Why are you so mad?
It's not a fire.
Damn.
That's not a fire, though.
Damn.
I don't feel like everybody is like, oh, this shit is a diss. Hey,
it is like making its rounds on Twitter and stuff, but...
Hey, simmer down, bro. Why you so mad? Calm down, bro. Jeez. You're one of the voices, the major voices, so you got to do it.
Okay, so... yeah, so Kendrick and them heard it already. They heard it. So it would be crazy to even think that that was a diss, because ain't no way they would let that slide if that was a diss. You feel what I'm saying? So there's that, right? And then before we start breaking down the science, I want to bring up one more thing. The Game then goes on the Shannon Sharp show and says he's the best rapper in the town. He's the best on the West, all that, right? So check this out.
Damn, that was quick.
Yeah, it ain't. That's it.
Ain't nobody getting it. You still the best rapper from Compton?
I'm definitely the best rapper from Compton.
Definitely?
Definitely.
Who's the best rapper on the West Coast today?
Game.
Damn, that was quick.
Yeah, it ain't. That's it.
Ain't nobody getting it.
I can't wait to get to the science, man.
Can't nobody out-rap me, man. And anybody that knows will know. Because people can't, even if you are, like, no one can do what I can do. Like, no one has my skill set. Because not only do I have the ability to wrap circles around people, I'm also with all the bullshit, too, if it came down to that. So it's...
I think he's saying playing dirty in the raps, like how Drake went dirty. Drake went low on Kendrick. Like, I think he's saying, you know what I'm saying, that type of thing. At least that's, you know what I'm saying.
It's like I'm the best rapper in this town.
Damn, Game. I mean, the OG, man. There's some OGs, some heavyweights. I mean, Cube, Snoop.
Game will probably cook Cube. I'm not gonna lie. Game will cook Cube.
I love Cube, but Cube
one of my favorites.
can't out-rap me. I love Cube. And by the way, the reason that Cube can't out-rap me is because I used Cube's legacy to help me sharpen.
Right.
I used Snoop's legacy to help me sharpen myself. I used Dr. Dre, NWA. So it's like those guys came before me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Kobe, right? You know Kobe watched Mike growing up.
For sure,
right?
absolutely.
So I get what he's saying here, but that would apply to Kendrick, no? Because Kendrick watched you.
But
you see the way he walk? You see the way he chew that gum?
Okay.
He got the wristband on his elbow?
now Mike, in Kobe's prime, Mike couldn't hold Kobe.
No.
But that's because he came before him and he done with it.
Right.
I'm not saying if I was in 1992 with Cube might be able to, go crazy.
Right.
But right now, like, nah, it's not a rapper on the West that's better than me.
That's Cold Shannon to get.
All right. Wrong. Let's just get that out the way early. Okay? Incorrect. That's just false. All right? Now, this is where we really start breaking this shit down, bro. Okay? Because there are some rappers, right, who get by as lyricists today strictly on the aura of what they brought to the game, bro. I'm just being completely real here. I'm not saying Game is not a lyricist, because Game can rap for real. He can really rap. But there's a certain lack of there's a reason why a lot of Game's verses, especially lately, feel kind of gimmicky, right? That's kind of his game. Like, if Game was a battle rapper, he'd be like, you know what I'm saying? He'd be like the current event bar type, you feel what I'm saying? Where every round is just going for the most shot factor in the bar. But if we talking about just punchlines, like schemes, stuff like that, I never thought Game was crazy, bro. Real talk. Okay? Not to mention, we've been talking about this all year. We've been talking about this all year. If you've been on my Twitch, we break stuff down. But in VPB, right? Value per bar. How many in your 16 bar verse, how many bars are we leaving that we take value from? That doesn't mean that it has to be a deep, introspective bar or nothing, but just a bar of real value of some sorts. Whether it made me pause the song, go, damn, or whatever. It created a moment. It created something. How many of your bars in a 16 bar verse are that getting off? I'm not gonna lie. And a lot of Game verses, especially recently, the VPB is extremely low. The VPB is ridiculously low, bro. Real talk. The Game don't really have a lot of value in his verses. You are already at a disadvantage off of that alone. Kendrick Lamar's VPB scale is very high. He up there with Earl Sweatshirt and Black Thought, and like just constantly, I call it's really like scoring. You're constantly scoring. If you do it from battle rap terms. Even when the bar might be away from the topic or whatever, you're still scoring. Earl Sweatshirt is one of the best in the game. He might be the best in the game. He might have the highest VPB in the game. You can get a 24 bar verse from Earl, and all 24 bars will make you reflect on something. Something. Earl probably got the highest VPB in the game. But Kendrick is right up there. Kendrick probably like top 25. If we really get the science, he might be, you know what I'm saying? Because Kendrick do got some verses where it's like that too. But most of the time, All right, so that's just off rip. Kendrick's gonna have way more valuable things to say. Automatically, you are at a major disadvantage. You see what I'm saying? Now, let's remove that aspect. If we talking about punchlines, just punchlines, Kendrick not really the punchline guy. He's not. The Game punch more than Kendrick does. But Kendrick is like a slug. He not a slug thrower. You feel what I'm saying? He not trying to bomb you every time. Kendrick is a real like showmanship, technical type boxer in this thing, where his style is flashy, but it's technical at the same time. Craziest ability. When you are people think because Kendrick is such a technical monster with his ability, people damn near don't even recognize that he's mostly charisma. He's mostly star power in his raps. That's facts. He's probably the most dynamic rapper in the game. Now, the thing about Game is he's dynamic too. I'm not going to say Game not dynamic. Game is very dynamic in terms of how many styles and cadences he can get into. He's like a chameleon. Both of these dudes are chameleons. They can shape, shift, and form into whatever they need to in order to handle the situation as an MC. So I'm not sitting here saying Game is weak. Game is a problem. But for Kendrick, he is not. Because everything that Game can do, Kendrick can do. But Game can't do everything that Kendrick can do. Okay? So, now, punchlines, Game is going to give you more. Kendrick's is going to be more effective. And Kendrick punches without punching too. Another difficult thing to do. Where you can score off a line that's not even a punch or an exclamation. It's just the line might have so much depth that you got to stop and think about the bar. Or you got to react because it make you reflect. This is something that another major advantage that Kendrick Lamar has over Game. Game can give you that same type of thing, right? But the problem is people don't take games as seriously because Game be doing so much and playing so much. So when he gets in that, it's not going to be as effective as when Kendrick Lamar says it. So that's another major disadvantage. Okay? Then the Game also, I think that he's nowhere near the schemer that Kendrick Lamar is either. That's another disadvantage. Kendrick Lamar is a very good schemer. Kendrick Lamar with the Euphoria was crazy. He did the It's three ghosts left, and I see two of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love them to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that phrase. Then he goes on to scheme and storytell a situation of him, Kendrick, and Drake, or him, J. Cole, and Drake in parallel to the YNW Melly situation. Crazy scheme. Not only is it crazy scheme, it's direct and it's still going to land because it's a current event bar too. I pray they my real friends. If not, on YNW Melly. Now that's something that the Game can do too. The Game it can scheme too, but his schemes are nowhere near as authentic as Kendrick's schemes. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of Game's bars are like OBC, which is like over, you know what I'm saying? Like overused bar committee. That's like, it's too a lot of people have said this bar. That's the Game got a lot of OBC in his raps. You feel what I'm saying? Kendrick don't got a lot of OBC in his raps, bro. He do at moments, but he don't got a lot of OBC. You feel what I'm saying? Now, this is where it gets interesting. Because honestly, this is what the battle is going to be predicated off if it ever happened. I don't think the battle happens. It definitely doesn't happen. But if it did happen, it would be about the angle, right? So they both have compelling angles. Game's angle would be somewhere along the line of, I raised you basically. Even if it isn't true, it's gonna be his angle. I raised you. He'll probably have some false stories about. He'll probably put some fake stories in there about how he walked Kendrick to the store one time and whatever. You know what I'm saying? He probably gonna have stuff like that where he gonna play big bro. You feel what I'm saying? And because there's proof of the fact that they were associated in terms early in his career, it will give some people to look at that angle with validity, right? Now, the interesting thing about Kendrick is his angles are so broad, right, that he can cover a lot of ground in one angle. Like, his angles are never surface level. For example, we know exactly what the game is going to rap about. We have no idea the type of approach Kendrick is going to actually take. We do know what he'll rap about, but we don't know how he's going to approach it. That's the other issue that Game is going to have in this situation, is that Kendrick is just way more unpredictable. Way more unpredictable. And you talking about the Game got way more angles on him than Kendrick does. The game got a lot of angles to play with. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't think the Game's defense is good enough to withhold an onslaught like Euphoria was, where Kendrick is just hand-picking angles, 8 bars at a time, sometimes 4 bars at a time. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's an interesting battle there. But I also think Kendrick gets the advantage here too, because his angles are more creative. He gonna talk about the whole stripper thing in the most creative way you could imagine it. And it might be simple, like even the way Drake talks about, even the way Kendrick talked about Drake and Sexy Red. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I also think that Game has other angles that he can attack, but I just can't imagine those angles being effective. Like the whole, maybe trying to go industry plant route, whatever. Like I can see the Game trying anything, but I just don't think those angles are gonna be effective. You're gonna need a real concrete angle. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna need a very concrete angle. And the only issue is the only real angle you can have that would even be worth like grasping from somebody the Game's perspective would be to try to build on the angle that Drake had with the whole beaten thing or whatever. That's just completely false and got no merit to it. So it's just like your angles want to at least have something that people can hold to so that it makes sense. You feel me? Like, or it just won't stand the test of time. It won't, even in the battle, it won't. You feel me? And then another thing too, let's talk about defense. Kendrick's defense is impeccable. It's just real. When people say Kendrick never rebutted in the battle, that's how I know people wasn't listening to the battle. Kendrick rebutted multiple times. And some of the rebuttals were some of the best songs in bars in the songs. Some of his rebuttals were some of the best. It's not 20v1. Ain't 20v1. It's a 1v20 if I gotta smack niggas that right with you. Yeah, bring him out too. I'll clean him out too. Tell Bean that he better stay right with you. That's some of the best stuff in the whole battle. He literally eliminated an entire angle in 2 bars. I don't sit here and say Kendrick is nice. It's because I like to do music. Like, bro, when you really get to the science, Kendrick is nice. Like, nice. He really got all of the abilities. He really is like similar to a creative player. The Game is like a creative player too, but his attributes just don't go as high. That's the thing. I can understand why the Game would feel like he got a chance, but it's No, bro. There's nothing. We going down the line of the science, and it's just not going. Let's keep talking about it. Even storytelling. I think Game is a very good storyteller too. Okay, now I will say that, but nowhere near the storyteller Kendrick Lamar is. It's just not. It's just not. The type of angles, and then wait, I didn't even really get to the angles that Kendrick could use. Kendrick could also use angles on the effect of growing up, right? And going through the game and having a respect for the game and then maybe losing that respect. It's a lot of different. Kendrick can get real creative. He can get real creative with these angles, bro. So it's like, yeah. But anyway, let's talk about what was I just saying? The storytelling. I do think the Game is a good storyteller. I think he's very good, honestly. But I think Kendrick is just a way more dynamic storyteller. He's a way more dynamic storyteller. I think what the Game is hoping is to be able to out-gangsta Kendrick in this battle too. I think that that's going to be his ultimate approach, is to try to out-gangsta Kendrick. The problem is Kendrick has positioned himself where he can call on that whenever he needs it. And it's not even that he needs it. He can just play. He really don't have to play into that. He don't even got to match the energy. And it's still going to land. Because even when you think of Good Kid, Mad City, that's really the whole thing. Realizing that this lifestyle, there's more to life for me than this lifestyle. So he don't even got to really match the Game in that area if he don't want to. And it could still be extremely compelling while being effective technically. What are we doing? Come on. Let's keep it real. Okay? It's even when we talk about dynamics, bro, I feel like as dynamic as the Game is, he can really do anything, right? As far as I just don't think he can do. The Game is like, nah, niggas ain't go there. I was gonna say the Game is like John the Don. Like, he not literally John the Don, but he remind me of John the Don. Like, he not really an A in anything. The Game not really an A in anything. If this is 2K, he don't got a 90 overall, maybe in like 92 and like maybe, you know, believability, like 95 and believability. You feel what I'm saying? Or whatever. 90 and believability, something like that. But everything else, he don't got really an A in anything. He just a B or B plus in a lot of areas. Right? So I think that ultimately he can try to go bag for bag with Kendrick. The problem is he can't go as deep in that bag as Kendrick can. Kendrick is dissimilar, right, as far as being well-rounded around the board. The problem is he's damn near an A in everything around the board. Everything. The only thing he might not be is like, I really don't even want to say punchlines, because when he do punch, it's crazy. Sweet chin music and I might pass the ox. Sweet chin music and I won't pass the ox. He be punching, but he really like to wordplay more. He like to flow pattern. It's just dynamics. And don't get me started on flows. We ain't even talk about flows. Have y'all heard Whacked Out Murals? Have y'all heard Whacked Out Murals? I'm just wondering. We talking about flows. Have y'all heard Euphoria? We talking about Kendrick, Euphoria and Whacked Out Murals in the same year. 7-minute tracks. What are we doing? Now, the game is the same type of weight. The Game will fuck around and give you a 15. The Game will give you a 15-minute. But we just got to be honest. A lot of that 15 minutes, about 9 minutes of that 15 minutes is going to be low VPB, bro. Low value per bar. Let's keep it real. It's just going to be a lot of aimless stuff that isn't really effective at all. Kendrick was effective damn near the entire song of Euphoria. Scoring nonstop. If he wasn't punching, he was scoring with delivery. If he wasn't scoring with delivery, he was scoring with schemes. If he was scoring with schemes, reality bars. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's levels, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The more I'm breaking this down, the more I know it will be, you know what I'm saying? I really don't even want to see the battle, but like this, I think Game would do better than Drake, but he would still lose clear. He would lose clearly. I don't even think Kendrick would need multiple tracks. I think Kendrick get it done in one song. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. I really hope Kendrick come out on some just on some real against all odds shit, just everybody catching one. You feel what I'm saying? Because Kendrick been catching a lot of heat. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Breaking this down has made me actually appreciate Game more. I will say that. Just really breaking this down and just going over shit like 300 bars and, you know what I'm saying, over in my head and really thinking about it, it's made me actually appreciate Game more. As an MC in general. The Game is very talented dude. Can really rap, can really get dynamic, can really storytell, can really angle. He's pretty good. But I just think the quality of his material line by line is just not high enough to compete with Kendrick, bro. He don't have enough quality material as an MC within a verse. It's not enough quality bars. Kendrick has a lot of them, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, every really angle I can see this from, the Game just can't beat Kendrick, man. 32-minute video. Oh my goodness. That's how you know. The science, you feel me? But let me know what y'all thought about this video for the people that did stay to the end. Because yeah, I have an interesting way of how I want to develop this too. So let me know what y'all think, man. Like, comment, subscribe, especially if you're new here, especially if you've been here. I'm gonna catch y'all, man.